Hi there, I'm Don Alejandro, and this is my good friend,
John Harney.
and this is Two Grumpy Men. Current events, we've got an issue coming up that you are very informed on.
Well, I've been reading on certain news outlets that the DNC and Debbie Weiserman Schultz are being sued. They're being sued by people who believe that the DNC colluded and was making specific phone calls to try and promote Hillary Clinton as the primary candidate for presidency in the DNC before the primary elections, the actual DNC nomination. And so there seems to be this huge, issue right now rising for the DNC, and that is that if these lawsuits, which have been filed, go to court and there is something found, there's going to be huge repercussions. And I think that at this point, the DNC needs to really take a look at itself and say, well, what the hell are we doing here?
Well, let's be clear. It wasn't a primary, it was a coronation. We are not the first people to notice this. We are not the first person to talk about it. But that's what the going rate is. It is that Hillary was coronated. She was chosen. And I'm hopeful that this signals a cleaning of the house of the DNC, okay? This is them saying, all right, we actually have to take responsibility for us losing the election, and it's going to start by cleaning up the upper echelons. This is, putting it all on paper that the reason we lost is because we threw it.
Yes.
Okay? This is not us blaming the Russians. This is not us blaming misogyny. This is not blaming anything and everything except our own strategy and the candidate we put forward.
You mentioned something earlier that I thought was interesting, which is, the DNC turned around very quickly and found the scapegoat. Oh, it was the Russians. They did it. They hacked us and we lost because of that. And, they don't want to admit that it had nothing to do with the Russians. That it was the DNC itself, was the candidate they chose, was flawed beyond comprehension to most people in the United States, except to those close the party faithful. And so
I had that conversation. I had a conversation with a guy, and we talked about the Russian hacking. And the first thing that came to my mind was, did it actually matter? Because if Hillary was going to win, then yes, the hacking matters. But if Hillary was destined to lose, then the hacking doesn't matter. That's like, you run a race between a cheetah and a chihuahua, and you tie a weight around the chihuahua. It doesn't matter. The chihuahua was going to lose anyway.
Chihuahua got eaten by the time
that was going to happen.
And then the cheetah got to the end line anyway.
Yeah.
The thing is that if we think about it a little bit more closely in terms of if the DNC got hacked, isn't that a problem for the DNC? What does it have to do with the president?
Well, that was the thing that's always gotten me about the whole thing, is we're focusing on who hacked the DNC instead of what the hacks revealed. And the hacks revealed really deep systematic problems.
Yes. That
really desperately needed to. This is like, you were going through my cell phone. Well, that's not the issue. The issue is what was on the cell phone.
Exactly.
Like,
what's his name from New York?
Podesta?
No, it keeps showing dick pics.
Oh, Wiener.
Oh, yes, Wiener, of course. How can you forget Wiener? Dick pics. So,
at any rate, this is an ongoing story that we'll be covering as it happens. Until then, I'm Don Alejandro, and this is my good friend,
John Harney.
This is Two Grumpy Men on DNC hacks going to court.